clear. My name is Edo. I'm the Chief Creative Officer at Swim. And first of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to present here. I've been a big fan of Korean entertainment for quite a long time. Since I'm a kid, I've watched all of the Kim Ki-duk movies, Park Chan-wook, Old Boys, Lady Vengeance, so 감사합니다. So today I'm here to talk to you about virtual influencers. As you probably know, in Korea it's been quite a decade now. There's been quite a big cultural phenomenon, and it's finally coming to the US this year. So a little bit about a company. We're a tech company based here in LA, and we create virtual influencers, digital doubles, and digital ambassadors. We started in 2021, creating My Pet Hooligans, which was the second biggest NFT project after Bored Ape Yacht Club, and we think it was this successful because of the personality and storytelling behind this character. So naturally, we decided to pivot into the virtual influencer world. So today, brands are signing up with one expectation and is experiencing a very different reality with the legacy influencers. So there's two risk factors with traditional influencers. The first one is financial. There's big cost management, and the second one is engagement fraud. A lot of these big influencers, you don't know if they have a real following or if some of them are bots or not. So you can lower your return on investment and even have a loss. The second one is branding. There is some very strong and consistent messaging because you can't control those influencers, so sometimes the message might not align. And of course, the second one is external reputation issues, and all of that can damage the reputation of your brand. So essentially, legacy influencers are very costly, they're unreliable, and they lack customization. A lot of companies often misspend in traditional influencer marketing, and so to optimize your return on investment, we think that companies have to adopt a more sophisticated approach and adapt to evolving digital landscape. So one of the first risks is, of course, reputation. The second one is like financial missteps, brand consistency, outdated engagement, return on investment decline, and cost and management. A lot of these influencers can be very hard to manage. They can be really expensive. You don't know, what the reputation they have outside of their business. So Swim has leveraged a 3 C's framework, we like to call it. The first one is cost reduction. There's been a lot of innovations in the technologies lately, which allows us to reduce the overheads of such projects. Just a few years ago, it would cost tons of money. You would have to have tons of animators, riggers, and 3D artists to create this type of project, and today you can do it with way less. Second C is control. With AI automation and motion and facial captures, you can really have unparalleled control over the influencer narrative. And the last one is connection, which is our solution to create profound connections through rich content, storytelling, and high engagement levels. So a solution, we believe, is the digital influencer, which is the future of brand engagement. So we leverage AI, AR, 3D, and Web3 technology to help brands create their own influencer and control it, which helps you reduce the cost, control your return on investment, change the way you connect with your fan base, because now your influencer doesn't exist only in the real world, it exists as well in virtual and in physical. And you can also now collect tons of data and insights on your influencer, and then you can mitigate risk this way and maximize your profitability. So who is Aya? Aya is our proof of concept influencer. We like to call him a terrestrial culture addict. He comes from a different planet, and he's obsessed with human culture. He loves human art, human music, and human designs, and he's kind of here to remind us in a world of doom and gloom that there's still things to look forward to. So essentially, we created him to prove all the verticals that a virtual influencer can hit. So he's a model, sneakerhead, streetwear addict, and avant-garde fashionista. So he's also a DJ, so he can create music, he can be at like concerts, he can produce also a lot of music, and he's also a designer, so he can create 3D art, release NFTs, and set digital trends. So our business model is pretty straightforward. The first one is social media. Of course, we generate money from ad revenues, from the clicks and views we generate from our content. Second one is brand partnerships, working with other brands to, for example, wear their clothing or do promotional posts. And the third one is subscriptions, things like Twitch tips or Patreon or even Instagram subscriptions. The second business model is development, so we can create your own avatar however you want it, and then we can help you manage it. So either you can manage it yourself or we can do this ourselves. And the third one is data, so we're going to collect tons of data that we can then give to you. And the last one, of course, is merchandising licensing, and because these characters exist both in the physical and the digital worlds, we're able to sell digital goods and physical goods at the same time. So for example, this t-shirt here can exist in the digital world. Let's say a gamer wants to buy it and wear it in Fortnite or Roblox, he can, but he can also buy the real version and wear it in real life. And of course, licensing, we can license the image rights. He can appear on a billboard, on an ad, or IP monetization. We can release music that can be played in a movie or a video game. So we think there's a big market opportunity right now in the US specifically. We're seeing quite a few trends, and I think it kind of started during COVID when Travis Scott did a concert within Fortnite, which reached over 200 million people. And I think this is when a lot of brands realized that there was a huge untapped demographic there. And since then, we've been seeing big brands like Louis Vuitton and Balmain doing their own virtual models, and like Lil Miquela, for example. And the second trend in tandem with this, which is post-COVID, where it's like a big out-of-home entertainment crave, where a lot of people are looking for immersive experiences in real life. Things like the Holo show from Eric Pritz, or the Tale of Us show, or even some of the big shows at Coachella, where they have these huge LED screens with big 3D characters on them. So what we're trying to bank on is kind of like have our influencer exist within those two trends. One is like online, digital, and also immersive in person. So our go-to marketing strategy is pretty straightforward as well. First of all, it's going to be short-term content, which is going to be like real stories on Instagram, TikTok. We're creating dance challenges and things like that. Second one is long format content, which is pretty trendy right now in the US, like long format podcast, mixtape, DJ sets. Then we can also release music. We're working with some of the biggest ghost producers in America. One of the ghost producers of Diplo and Nina Kravitz. So we're going to release a single really soon. We're going to do a press release here. We're working with Official, with a very famous artist that's going to be wearing his clothes. And then of course, traditional social media advertising. We're going to do lots of live events. Actually, tomorrow he's playing at the Investment Week for 1 hour set. If you guys are still interested, I think we're still selling tickets. And of course, the last one's going to be guerrilla marketing, putting posters everywhere in the street, so people are really aware of. And it's kind of fun because you can bridge the physical and real world at the same time. It's very exciting. And our distribution channels are pretty straightforward as well. TikTok and Instagram for everything that's short-term content. Long-term content is going to be on YouTube, and everything live is going to be on Twitch. All our music is going to be released on Spotify and on labels like Mixmag and Monstercat. And we're really lucky to work with amazing partners. Our technology partners is Liminal Space for everything that's LED screens. Some of you were there yesterday. We also work with Phantom Labs for everything that's hologram, because the idea is also to make him appear as a hologram in real life. We work with Red House, which is the biggest West Coast production partner. And then for clothing, we work with ABP Clothing, which does all the big hip-hop artist drops. And Fred Siegel is where we release some of our clothing brands. Yeah, so on that note, thank you.
Thanks, Richard.